Welcome back, everybody, to Echo Master League Season 4, Week 6. We have Sweet Life here, Gaga Goose on CoCast,
Hey.
and Trod on Cams. We have 11.5 versus Modified, a high rank matchup. Goose, do you have it pulled up? Do you know the matchup here?
The rankings? No, I do not. Just yet. I wasn't really prepared. I just woke up from a nap. My apologies.
See,
Go ahead and pull up the
I
website for
also
you.
see I could be prepared too. That's also an option. No, a bunch of awesome players on each team. One of my personal favorite to say, John Fortnite. Love it. I love it. All right, we got Fields, Cole, Footley, The Law, Ryan, Spirit, Chrome Platypus. Honestly, the only person I don't recognize from all of them is Chrome Platypus. And I just don't. I just don't know that person. Do you have it up now, Goose?
Oh, yes, I do. We have modified rank number 5 and 11.5 ranked at number 6. Both very closely ranked teams, practically side by side.
I don't know. We've seen multiple times with these close ranked games. They've either been like super big blowouts or really, really good games. I feel like we haven't really had like a happy medium, like a real back and forth, back and forth. It's just either been like super close or like big blowouts. But I do feel like we're far enough into the season now where we're going to see these close matchup games be super close and feel like the spreads there now and super exciting. Is this Master then?
Yep, both teams are master. This is a
Okay.
master game.
It's a master game. All right, this is going to be exciting. Both teams are readied up. We're going to get a neutral joust in for y'all. Here it goes. All right, we got it going. It's going to be counting. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, who's going to win the neutral joust? We got Modified winning the neutral. Passing it down. It's going to get stuck down in the trap area. Gets picked up by Ryan. Ryan looking for a pass downfield here. They got the offensive advantage coming into this. They're going to pass it down left side over to the Law. Law looking for a potential cut pass here and does connect for 2 to Chrome Platypus.
You got him moving very quick to start this game. Modified coming out the gate very quick here. Trying to get that lead going early in the first 30 seconds, putting down 2 points. We'll see here if 11.5 can respond with the first offensive joust of the game. And it will be grabbed by Footley. Footley over to John Fortnite. John Fortnite going to move around on that station. Sends it to Fields. Fields crosses over to Cole. Back to Fields. Going under. Not quite going to get it there. It'll be picked up by Spirit. And Chrome Platypus is just waiting there at the half court to pick up disc. Not quite going to make that half court. Picked up by Footley down in the trench. And it'll be Fields stunning out Chrome Platypus as he gets stunned out by Ryan. Ryan's going to start to move around a little bit, look for options. He has the Law right there at that little center area. Law's going to start working it up. He's going to see if he can pull someone. Sends it crossover to Chrome Platypus. Looking for some pass options. Maybe just going to take some time off the clock here. It's okay to play safe, even though we're a little early in this round. It'll be Law over to Chrome Platypus. Platypus going to start working towards that bubble, but he's going to send it back out to the Law. Just doing a little back and forth, pulling time off that clock. It'll be the Law up to Ryan. Ryan going to start getting closer and closer, just inching towards that bubble. It looks like he lost control there a bit, but it'll be sent over to and intercepted by Footley. Sent down the middle. It's going to bounce off double diamond. Picked up by Cole for the 3.
What a nice three-pointer. 19 meters per second there. Fastest you can throw in Echo VR. Definitely super awesome. We're seeing more tactical play over there by Modified. 11.5 being more of the aggressive style. Get fast, get transition points. So we're going to see how this plays out for both teams. Pass over to left tunnel to the Law. The Law is going to throw all the way down into the bubble. Gets picked up real quick by Fields. Fields looking for a potential pass, working it up. Looking for that fast transition we've seen. Footley over to John Fortnite. And John Fortnite for 3.
Yeah, as you were saying here, 11.5 getting quick points off those transitions there. Able to get up by 4 here within the first quarter of this round.
My favorite Echo radio station, by the way, just letting you know.
And it will be Modified coming out here for the offensive joust. It's going to be Ryan sending it down that left tunnel, but it's going to be picked up by that backstack from 11.5 back into bubble. It seems it'll be picked up by Cole. Cole's going to go for a little bounce shot off the backboard there for 2.
You know how I like those bounce shots, Goose. I love them. They look cool. They look really good. No, definitely super fun. The fast transitions definitely really working here for 11.5, my favorite Echo radio station. We do got a pause here. I don't know from which side. I would assume it probably came from Modified. Very tactical pause, I would actually say. I kind of agree with this pause. They're kind of on a momentum slump after their first score. Modified is. So definitely a nice way. As sports, you're a sports fan, Goose. It's called icing. They're trying to ice. They're trying to ice Modified or ice 11.5. Really just slow down the action of play. There might have been some lags, so they're resetting their headset. And just trying to get a new start. How do you feel about this tactical pause?
It feels like it might be a little needed here. Getting down quickly by 6 here in the first 3 minutes isn't the best look here, but having that little bit of icing that you need, that might be that little momentum shift that you need in order to get ahead in this game. It seems like it was, not too sure. It looks like it was Spirit that disconnected, but he is back now.
I guess the thing we get to see from Master Tier is like 6 points seems like a big lead, right? But when you really look at it in the grand scheme of scoring, right, it's only 2 3-pointers, which is something you do see quite often. I don't know if we're going to see it quite as often from Modified with the more controlled reset-based scoring, giving the goalie more time to transition into goal, making it a lot harder to score those threes. But with we're seeing it 11.5 doing the fast transitional scoring. They get back before goalie's able to set. So now they're scoring those open threes on net, and they're taking big advantage of it. They're throwing fast, they're throwing accurately, and executing those threes, resulting in their 6-point lead.
Yeah, we have Modified here on the other team. On the other hand, they are very slow and controlled, as we saw in their first major possession that they have going into this round. They are actually still having the majority of possession time with 46 seconds of possession so far into this game.
Yep. I guess my thing is with that is there's such thing as like overpassing, right? Where you're passing too much, leaving options for more stuns, more coverage, potential bad passes, right? Like that's always a possibility. You've seen me in games losing tracking, even though it's not my fault. Sometimes we work with virtual equipment, right? We're working with like headsets and stuff, so it is hard. All right, were you on this? Were you on this offensive?
I can be if you want me to be.
You are.
I know
You
you
got
like
it.
hearing my voice a little bit, but Spirit is going to pick up this, going to throw it over to Ryan on Cloud. Back to Spirit. Looks like they're going to retain this slow and controlled pace that we have seen so far this game. It'll go back to Ryan. A little reset there. It's going to be John Fortnite's going to be trying to aggress a little bit here. But it seems like it's mostly just to get that time off the clock. That way they can, once they get ahead, there's not much that it'll be hard for 11.5 to come back with so little time if they're able to be aggressive. And that's a long 3. I was not expecting that to go in from Ryan.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened there. I don't know if goalie just wasn't set. They didn't think it was on goal or what really happened there, but that only makes it a 3-point differential now. I was going to say that time, like, chipping off the clock when you're down by 6 is a little risky of a play, but it seems to be working. John Fortnite throwing it down tunnel over to Fields. Fields throwing crossed over to Cole. Cole juking around the trap area, throws it floor over to Fields. Fields throws it up. Disconnect on that cut, though. Little high, but Cole still retains possession. Cole over to Fields. Fields looking for a potential shot, and a nice save by Ryan. Ryan getting stunned out, though, but this still in bubble goes for the quick 3, and another save by Spirit. Spirit loses possession over to Fields. Fields is going to go for the long reset, try to pull some of those defenders out of bubble that are doing so well. Footley over to John Fortnite. John Fortnite looking for a potential pass here in bubble. Passes over shoulder, and an awesome save by the Law. The Law is no goals scored on blue. But then I spoke too soon, and bottom pocket caster curse for 2 for Footley.
You did speak a little too soon there, but we do have saves across the board from Modified there. Absolutely beautiful defensive, little bit of protection they had there. But they will come out for another offensive joust here. It will be picked up by Spirit. Looks like they're going to go for kind of the same strategy here as John Fortnite tries to aggress. Maybe to Ryan, down to Chrome Platypus. He's going to get approached by Footly. He does not like Footly being there, but Feel's going to pop out from behind that bow tie and pick it up. It'll be Cole sending it down that left tunnel. It'll be picked up by Footly. Footly's going to look for an option, sends it back down to Cole on floor. Cole to John Fortnite, and John Fortnite for the 2.
Really just extending out that lead by 7. We're just seeing the faster players win, right? Is what we're seeing here. We're not seeing possession time win overall. We're seeing the transition goals. I don't know if that means we need to see Modified really focus on getting someone into goal or not. But we got an offensive joust here. We get to see how they answer. Same slow play, even though being down by 7. They're really just working on their side, working it up. In my opinion, risky play here. Spirit with the disc, looking for a potential pass downfield, connecting with Ryan. Ryan passing over to Spirit. Spirit looking for a potential other pass, connecting cross trap to the Law. The Law looking for a potential pass, clearing it down. Miss grab, but it does get picked up by Chrome Platypus. Chrome Platypus throwing ceiling over to Spirit. Spirit going for 2 and does connect, assisted by Chrome Platypus.
We've just seen that wide open goal there, taking that 2 that they need. This only sets it to a 2-score difference now, but that they do have a little bit of a weird odd number, which can come into play towards the end of this round, especially with their slow style of pace. But it'll be picked up by Footly down to John Fortnite. John Fortnite gonna float up a little bit and sends it under that route down to Feels. Feels gonna work it into bubble, tries to go, but it's gonna be picked off by Spirit. Spirit able to clear that down the middle without being touched. It'll be picked up by John Fortnite. And here comes the Law looking to grab that disc, but it'll be sent over to Feels. Feels going to start working back towards that bubble. Looks like he's just going to go in for the 2.
I don't know. I was trying to see what the goalie was trying to do. They were playing from the back side of goal there. Looked like they were almost trying to go for that slap. Missed it. Hand looked like it was close. Extending that lead by 7. It's 2 minutes left. Still very possible, especially at this level of play. But it's becoming less and less possible every time 11.5 scores. This slow style is running the clock. And I don't think that's very beneficial when you're down. But Ryan looking for a pass, getting pressured there by John Fortnite. Pass over to Spirit. Spirit with the disc looking across, connecting with Ryan. Ryan looking for a potential pass downfield here. And does, connects with the Law. The Law passing it back over to Ryan. Ryan walking it in 4-2 off the rim.
Well, the cut passes are actually working really well here for Modified. They're able to strike back. They're moving a bit quicker now. Got a bit of more of like a field of move here towards the end of the round, being down by so many points. But we will see what happens here when 11.5 takes another offensive joust. It'll be John Fortnite on that left station, sending it over to Feels. Feels down to that trench to Cole. Here comes Chrome Platypus, and he's going to get entered out by Cole right there. Cole's going to send it over to Feels, who makes it over to John Fortnite. John Fortnite going to move around in that shoulder area. He's trying to pull a defender, it looks like. He's able to, and Feels on that back clock for 2.
I don't know. That really felt like the nail in the coffin for this first round. Definitely a really large lead here. 7 points once again. 50 seconds left. I think it's pretty much over for this first round. 11.5, more than likely taking it. But this is a very momentum-based game. A good score here from Modified could set a good tone going into this next round. And they're looking to take their time and get it. But a quick stun comes in from Feels and Cole. Pass over to Footly. Footly passing it to John Fortnite. No, walk in, almost bottom pocket, but bounces off that pesky ding ring. Nice steal from Feels, but Cole steals it. Or no, Ryan steals it right back. Pass to wall to Chrome Platypus. Chrome Platypus throwing it all the way into bubble. That's going to bounce around some geometry. Get picked up by the Law 2. Leading into the next round. That's going to be it. 11-16 in favor of my favorite radio station. 11.5. What do you got to say, Goose?
We're just going to count down the last few seconds here. What I have to say so far is I'm very impressed, to be honest. That's for the most part. I'm impressed. The passing between all of the players on Modified, able to connect those passes and just move down the field has really impressed me on their side. They're starting to come up and get those transition points that they need that are so vital that we see here in the Master tier. It's a lot. You'll see it from all the other Master teams. When it comes to transition scoring, that is what sets these teams apart from all the other teams.
Absolutely. Watching Modified work it up the field, and I supposedly sound like Dave from Elvin and the Chipmunks. What was it last cast? I think I got told I'd sound like Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool. So I mean, I think those are all very awesome comparisons. So I'm cool with it. But no, I feel like that passing's working good, but also I feel like they're getting so spread out that when you get a team like 11.5 that stacks so well transition points, you're not able to get those stacks together when you're that spread out in that passing formation, that if you don't score and it does get stolen, it's leading to transitional threes. It's leading to the score deficit that's been happening this whole time. But now we got a neutral joust. Coming in. Girl, watch. Gotta love chat. Oh, 11.5 winning that neutral joust this time. Throws it right side wall. Slapped by Chrome Platypus. Does get picked up by John Fortnite. John Fortnite over to Cole. Cole goes for that bounce. Oh, ends up being an awesome self pass. Floats just past the goal and gets that 2 points on the stun goalie by Fields.
Yeah, they're just coming out trying to get in quick again. One of the teams is trying to get up quick. We saw that in the last round that Modified came out and scored that first point. But we will see if that's really a tone setter right here for this second round, or will Modified respond? And they're going to go for something a little different here, but it'll be picked off by John Fortnite. John Fortnite going to start working on that cloud. He's got a pass option over to Footly, but in that backstack from Modified, able to shut that right down. It'll be picked up by John Fortnite, sent down that tunnel. It'll be picked up by Cole. He's looking for some options here. Doesn't really have much as Chrome Platypus able to get that stun out. Clears it right down center. It'll be Ryan. Actually, no, it'll be picked up by Spirit. It'll get knocked loose by Cole. Cole's able to get disc. Doesn't really have an option for a pass, so it just clears it out. But it'll be picked up by Spirit, I believe. It's going to be sent down to that left tunnel where Chrome's waiting. Down to the lawn trench. And here comes the reinforcements, but Ryan able to catch that pass there. Ryan's gonna move around that roof area, try to pull somebody out, looking to get that unfair advantage inside a bubble. It'll be the Law up to Chrome Platypus, who sends it crossover to Spirit. Spirit's gonna reset back to Ryan. Ryan's gonna go back to that popcorn area, see if he can pull someone even further out of that bubble, possibly. Footly's going to try and aggress that a little bit. It'll be the Law back to Ryan. Ryan's going to still just wait for Footly to approach. Sends it down to Spirit. Spirit looking for an option. Sends it to the Law. Starting to get a little closer to bubble here. And as soon as I say that, we get a reset back to Spirit up to Ryan. Ryan to Chrome Platypus. Going to slide back out of that bubble. A lot of acrobatics and juggling here is what it looks like to me. But it'll be picked up by Cole and cleared into that right tunnel. Cole gonna get the self pass off and sends it over to that right wall. It's gonna bounce up on roof and it's get picked up by Spirit and able to stun out Fields for that one. It'll be Ryan here with disc. He sends it back to Spirit. And Spirit's gonna send it back to Ryan. They're just gonna do a little bit of back and forth here. Try to pull that stack away. It'll be the Law over to Chrome Platypus. Chrome Platypus going to send it up over to Ryan, who seems to have a one-on-one situation, but he's just going to bounce off that ring. It'll be Chrome Platypus resetting back to the Law. Here comes the control from Modified that we saw in that first round. It'll be Chrome Platypus sending it up to Ryan. Ryan's going to be pushed here by John Fortnite. He's going to reset it again back to the Law. Pulling a bunch of time off this clock, but the Law's just going to go right in and takes that too.
The equalizer, creating a really tight score. If you guys want...
I could just sound like the Chipmunks if you really want me to.
Anyways, all right. And, now I'm two sides of the spectrum. Anyways, we got an offensive joust coming in here from 11.5. This is going to be definitely interesting. Offensive joust coming in, pass. Oh, off the station, creating a nice opportunity here for Modified. They're really good at maintaining possession. It's what they do best. Really accurate passes across, as you've seen, to Chrome Platypus right there. Pass, cut pass to Spirit for 2.
And that little mistakes like that can make a huge difference in this game. Yeah, we don't like seeing those little mistakes, but whoever can make the least mistakes and execute the most is gonna win this game. The play styles are there, the teamwork is there, everything's there. It's just little mistakes that are gonna set the real difference in this game. Well, Cole's going to clear that one right down center. It'll be picked up by Footley. Footley going to pull the law out. Oh, and just misses that 3 as it goes off the ding ring. It'll be picked up by Fields. Crossed over to John Fortnite. He's got a chaser, but he's going to send it back to Footley. Footley going up behind shoulder and just goes off that ding ring yet again. It will be picked up by Fields. Fields sending it up to John Fortnite. John Fortnite back to Fields. They're going to work it towards that bubble now. And into the hands of Cole for the 2.
We're definitely seeing a lot closer game here from both sides. We got a 4-4 tied all game for y'all tonight. We got an offensive joust coming in here from Modified. Expect a very controlled, very pass-heavy offensive joust here. Stop laughing. This isn't funny. All right, I can do that. Anyways, all right, we got Ryan with the disc. Looking to work it in and looking for a potential pass. Goes for the long reset, as we've seen him do multiple times. Actually, no, not even a reset. It's just a clear. Gets picked up by Spirit. Spirit looking for a potential pass, and it is going to go left tunnel to the Law. The Law looking for a potential pass downfield. Working it nice and slow. Does connect with... Oh, what a save there by Fields. What a nice grab. Cole with the disc. Looking for a full clear here. Looking for those transitional points as we've seen him do, but Spirit says nope, not happening. Picks it up, looking to keep it nice and slow, as we've seen this whole time. Picked up by Footley. Footley looking to walk it in, and we got Ryan with the disc off that nice steal and stun. Ryan gonna pass it down over to the Law. The Law looking for a potential pass downfield here. Does connect cross to Chrome Platypus. Chrome Platypus throwing it ceiling. Connecting with Ryan. Ryan walking it in for 2. Alvin! Anyways, no. That hurt. I'm never doing that again. That's all you guys are ever getting from me.
Well, I was not expecting Dave to join me in the caster's booth tonight. You might as well go ahead and change your name to Dave. I would appreciate it a lot. And we're going to have 11.5 here come out for the offensive joust. It'd be Footley down to John Fortnite. It seems like they're going for a little bit of a slower playstyle here. Man, it's going to be Spirit that picks it up, but gets stunned out by Cole. Cole's going to send it right down that center area. He's going to bounce off that little piece of geo that we like to call scoreboard up there. Picked up by Fields. Fields is going to work it around. He's going to let his teammates get set up, looking for some options. He's going to send it over to John Fortnite, who starts to pull towards that bubble. Down to Cole. Cole to John Fortnite in the slam dunk 2.
Tying it up once again, and I guess I'm Dave now. Dave from Elvin and the Chipmunks. Yeah, I guess this is new for me. I've never been a celebrity before. I guess this is happening. I mean, to be compared to anything, might as well be compared to like an actor. You know, that's cool. Spirit over to the Law. The Law looking for a potential pass, connecting with Chrome Platypus. Chrome Platypus looking cross and connecting with Spirit. Spirit looking for a potential pass, might walk it, but throws it ceiling to Ryan. Ryan walking it in for a bottom pocket 2.
And Modified is up again with that control. The control and the possessions here by Modified is they're just doing it best. They're just doing it best right now. Containing the disc inside of that bubble area or just outside of it so they can pull out what they need so that they can have an unfair advantage inside of that bubble on offense. It'll be Cole here sent over to Fields on the bow tie. Fields going to start to work it up. It gets picked off by Spirit, reading right through that ender, but Fields will pick it back up. Sends it up to Cole. Cole's going to go send it behind to Fields, and Fields for the 2 to tie it up.
And we really got a back and forth second round here. I would love a round 3, so I'm kind of rooting for Modified on this one. Not gonna lie, I'm a little selfish as a caster, so it's all good. And we do got Modified here on the offensive advantage with a minute left. Very controlled, nice relay here. The fastest we've seen him get it past half court all game, I think. Chrome Platypus with the disc looking for a potential pass, connecting. Stealing to Spirit, Spirit throwing it cross to Ryan, Ryan to Spirit, and a wonderful save there by Cole. Cole throwing it down right tunnel. That is going to bounce around geometry. Gets picked up by a fast stack coming in by Modified. Spirit with the disc, going to throw it to Ryan. Ryan looking for a potential pass downfield and does connect with Spirit with a nice little duck to the Law. The Law passing it cross to Spirit, and Spirit 4-2, giving him a lead with 30 seconds left.
Looks like Chrome got that little stun off just right there when they needed it the most. And now we have 11.5 coming out for the last little offensive joust here of this second round. Well, they have 15. If they want to do something, they have 15 seconds left to do so. John Fortnite's going to try and send it down to Cole. It'll be picked off by Cole from Chrome. He's going to lose possession. It'll be picked up by Chrome again. Chrome going to be picked off by Footley and snatched away by Ryan. Spirit's going to send it in for the 3 to end the round.
And you know what we got, Goose?
What do we have?
We got a round 3! Let's go! Anyways, I feel like I haven't casted a round 3 in so long. It feels good. This is fun. I'm excited for this. We got the fast-paced, chaotic 11.5 versus the calm, controlled, passing, possession-heavy team Modified. I mean, we did get to see some faster relay plays coming in from Modified this round, and it was really nice to see, and they did score off of it. So, what are you expecting to see this round?
I'm expecting 11.5 to do a little bit more on the transitions here. It seems like Modified has shut them down really well in the they've just shut them down really well. I see Kroger's is asking about stuns here. Yep, yes indeed. Fields does have 46 stuns. He's just collecting them. But if 11.5 is able to get back on those transition points, playing their style, they will come out on top here. But if Modified is able to retain this, what they have going right now with these slow controlled plays to whittle down that clock little by little, and they keep shutting down these transition plays, it'll be all Modified. I'm not too sure here which team's going to come out on top, but we shall see.
What do you guys think, chat? Let us know who you think's gonna win. And we got our neutral joust coming in here. Let us know who you're cheering for. It's the important thing. We like your opinion. Neutral joust coming in, picked up by 11.5 as we've seen in second round. Quick move there by Cole. Gets slapped out though. Picked up by Spirit. Spirit looking for a potential pass, connecting with Ryan. Ryan, we've seen these short passes happen. Back and forth like they're playing catch in the yard. Pass over to the Law. The Law looking to throw it through to a potential teammate. Goes for the boop shot. It's just going to be high and to the right. Picked up by Footley. Footley's going to pass it up to Cole. Cole looking for a potential pass now. Working it, and clears it all the way down. That's going to bounce high out of trench. That is going to bounce around some geometry. Get picked up by Spirit. Spirit gets it stolen, though, by Cole. Cole over to Footley. Footley looking to walk it potentially here, and does for the slam dunk 2.
Well, that's the longest we've seen so far it's taken to actually get the opening goal from either team here. I think we're in for an absolute treat of a round 3 to finish out this game, and we will have Modified come out of here for the final first offensive joust of the game. It'll be Spirit thrown down to the Law. The Law is going to move. He's going to try and see if he can pull that stack towards him as he works his way into that tunnel. And here comes that stack. He's going to send it over to Chrome. Chrome's going to send it back to Ryan. Ryan going to start to move up towards bubble here. The whole team seems to be kind of closing in on that bubble. That's what we like to see here. It's almost like watching a net. That's what I like to think of this as. It's like a net closing in on that bubble. They're actually going to lose control here. Field's going to be able to pick up disc. Sends it right down that center. It's not going to be picked up by anyone. It's still loose, and it's picked up by Ryan. It gets snatched by Footley, but taken back by Ryan. Nice little dogfight we have going here for disc control. And it seems like they have that unfair advantage in bubble right now with 3 people. It'll be snatched, and Cole will get the save, and it'll be stunned out. It'll be I'm not sure what's going on. We're just losing disc left and right here. It's picked up by Spirit in that upper trench. Spirit's looking for a pass option here. It looks like Ryan's covered though. He's gonna try and send it to the law. Doesn't quite connect. Gets a self pass, but he's gonna lose it when he gets stunned out there by Footley. Here comes Cole for the 3, and it's gonna bounce off that ding ring. It'll be picked up by Ryan. Sent down that left tunnel to Chrome. Chrome's gonna send it into Bubble, and it's gonna be picked up by Spirit for the 2.
The equalizer, tied game. We're seeing a very, very similar game. A lot of turnovers of possessions as we did in that second round there, and it did wind up going in modified's favorite flavor modified. Anyways, passing it right tunnel, 11.5 looking for an answer. That is going to bounce off trench, picked up by the law. The law looking for a possible clear here and does perfectly down right tunnel. That is going to bounce around geometry, get picked up by Ryan. Ryan goes for 3 and connects, creating a 3-point lead. That fancy odd number that makes it really interesting going on in this round.
And here comes those transition points that's going to set this game really apart now between these two teams. And Modified able to get that 3 puts them at that little odd number advantage that we like to talk about so much. It'll be picked up by Footley here, and it's going to get snatched off by Ryan here. Ryan's going to send it in for another 3-pointer, and they are up by 6 now.
6-point lead. We saw this in the first round, just reversed. And it's a hard lead to come down to, but we are, like I said, we're looking at Master League teams. 3-pointers are nothing. We got a stat coming in from 11.5 offensive advantage. Pass over to John Fortnite. John Fortnite throwing it down left tunnel to Fields. Fields looking for a potential pass down the field, connecting with Cole. Cole looking to walk it and does for a bottom pocket 2.
Yeah, Cole not really being contested there. They're pushing into that bubble. I was wondering where the stacks for Modified were going to come in there, but it just seems like Cole was able to get away with it this time. And we will have Modified come out for another. We'll come out for another defensive joust or offensive joust. My apologies there. It's going to be Spirit to the Law. They're going to get that quick stack downfield. Here comes that back stack so he can get the disc. It'll be snatched off by Cole. Cole able to send it towards that left tunnel. It'll bounce around a little weird. It'll be picked up by John Fortnite over to Footley. Footley going to start working towards that bubble. Here comes that back stack. And it gets saved by the Law. But it'll be picked up by Fields. Fields going to go for the shot. Doesn't quite connect it there. It's picked up by John Fortnite. John Fortnite to Footley. And Footley for the 2. Goal seemed to be a little open there.
It was Cole. Cole stole it with a headbutt. Cole scored 2. Yeah. It looks like I'm going to be a starting roster member of Ren, according to chat. Chat never lies. I'm joining Ren. It's going to be great. I'm going to do great things. Picked up by Spirit, going to pass right tunnel to the Law. The Law throwing it top trench. Ooh, almost potentially could have went in if not grabbed by Fields. Fields looking for a clear down valley. Picked up by Footley. Footley goes for the long 3, saved by Spirit. Can't do those with a goalie in goal. Silly gooses. That's going to be a full clear. That's going to bounce around some geometry. Gets picked up by John Fortnite. John Fortnite going for the reset to Cole. Cole looking for a potential pass downfield. And does connect with Footley. Footley's going to throw it downfield to Fields. Fields is feeling it out. I thought maybe he was going to let it go and try to shoot that 3, but goalie's in goal. Goes for the bounce shot 2 and connects.
And we're at a tied game here. I will say I am a little offended by that silly gooses thing that you just said. I'm upset about it. I will be filing a complaint for emotional distress against you. I hope I win that lawsuit. And Modified is going to pick up the disc here. It's going to go down to the Law. The Law sending it over to Chrome. He gets stunned out and loses disc. We have a floating disc here to be picked up by Cole. Cole sending that disc down here field, and they're already in bubble looking for that disc. It'll actually be grabbed by Spirit, however, sent out of that bubble over to Ryan. Ryan going to send it cross down to Chrome. Chrome sending it up to that ceiling trench. It's going to be grabbed by Fields. Fields going to lose the disc here, but grabs it again, sends it down that center area. He's able to get it out back onto the side of Modified. It'll be picked up by the Law. The Law sending it over to right tunnel. It's going to be snagged off by John Fortnite going up to Fields. Fields loses the disc, and it'll be slapped out by the Law. Picked up by John Fortnite again. John Fortnite going to do a nice little reset to Footley, and it'll be sent to Cole. Cole not able to make that one, as it'll be saved by the Law again. The Law looking absolutely unstoppable in goal right now. Able to get that slap out to the other side as well. And it'll be just outside that bubble right there. It'll be picked up by John Fortnite, sent over to that left tunnel where Fields is awaiting. And here comes the backstacks from 11.5 to hopefully get this disc moving. Try and get out ahead here towards the end of this round. It'll be John Fortnite. Doesn't quite hit the mark with that, but he's going to get that self-pass off to Fields. Fields to Footley. Footley, and it's going to be denied by Ryan. John Fortnite over to Fields, and Fields going to try and work it in, but it gets snagged out by, I think that was Spirit. And here comes the stacks. It's going to be a little bit of a race here. It'll be picked up by Fields. Fields going to start to move up a little bit, looking for a sweet little pass over to Cole. It'll be sent up to Footley. Footley looking for an option here to pass to. And it looks like it's going to go up to Fields. Fields being left open there. He's going to send it to John Fortnite behind for the 2.
Nice 2 coming in to take a lead. 11.5 taking the lead by 2. Very long possession there. Very long volley, whatever you want to call it. Back and forth action. Definitely some interesting stuff. I don't know what you're referring to brain rot, Krogers, but I hope it's not us talking. I feel like we're doing decent. Spirit over to the Law. The Law looking for a potential pass downfield. Working it up nice and slow. Uncontested right now. I would just keep going. Just keep going. Can John Fortnite coming out to contest? The Law pulling him all the way out. 2 defenders getting pulled out of goal. Chrome Platypus with the disc looking for a pass. Gonna pass cross to the Law. The Law looking. They're taking their time. They want a for sure shot. They're only down by 2. Why rush it? You can just play catch. Think about some butterflies. Get this clock down. Potentially get a 3 here. Just win the game. You just never know. Picked up by Chrome Platypus. Chrome Platypus looking to pass it in bubble here. Looking for that tied shot. They want the last shot here, realistically. They want this to go into OT. Or they want to win by a 3. There's 2 ways you want this to go down. You don't want the other team to have an opportunity to break the tie. So 30 seconds left. They get the 2, tie it up, and potential OT here.
And we will see if 11.5 can respond here. Maybe there won't be an OT here.
Wait.
Maybe there will be.
Goose, wait. Dunk! Yeah, there you go. Got you. Okay, Kroger's wanted that.
You
Anyways,
seem
you got
really excited for that. Before I was interrupted, it'll be picked up by 11.5. Footley tries to send it over to John Fortnite. It'll be a little loose. John Fortnite going to send it down that tunnel. And Cole's got looked like a wide open shot, but the Law is there waiting. And Cole with the 2 to finish out the game.
My favorite.
And that's all she wrote.
My favorite Echo radio station wins. 11.5 with John Fortnite. All right, gotta say it one last time. Modified losing. What a good game though. Thoroughly back and forth action, almost overtime, really close rounds. These teams deserve to be a master. They're definitely equally matched, and it was a really fun game. You just never know how it was gonna go.
Just a great game here from both teams, playing off each other's weaknesses. And if y'all want to hear a little silly number, we have Fields finishing out with 69 stuns tonight. Absolutely monstrous with all those stuns.
Well, this is Echo Master League. Definitely stick around. We do have another cast coming at you at 10:30 EST. That's going to be coming up in a little under an hour. So definitely come back for that. That is going to be UV3 versus Good Vibes Only with me, Goose, and Trod once again. This has been Echo Master League with Goose.
Yep. That'll be it.
Trod on cams and Sweet Life signing off. Peace up, A-Town.
15. 14.